So I mentioned before the break, a Tiger insider said something that, something or nothing. That's a classic Stoney, right? Is this something or is this nothing? And it came yesterday. MLB Network had Jason Beck on, Tiger insider. And a bunch of stuff about the Tigers, but at one point he was asked about Kevin McGonagle. Some people think the best prospect in baseball, infielder, hits the cover off the ball, but still hasn't played beyond Double-A. And he told this story, which was interesting. Okay, a few things about it. One, if you didn't catch that audio because it wasn't the best ever.
No.
Did it sound like he was in a bathroom quality? Sure. But what he had to say.
Get out of the bathroom, Jason.
The content, the content was he looks.
Sorry. What, are you doing an interview? I'm sorry.
The content is he looks the part, which every reporter is saying that Kevin McGonagle looks the part. The question I have is, AJ Hinch making him stand up in front of the team to introduce himself and field questions? I've never heard of this. Maybe it happens all the time. Is this something or nothing?
I think it's interesting. Maybe it's just something that they do with the minor leaguers that they've actually invited to the spring training camp. I mean, minor leaguers are always at the camp, but they're not always invited. So I imagine that the same thing is going to happen with Max Clark. Would love to be a fly on the wall, or maybe they got video of that, of Max Clark answering the questions, because I'm fascinated with Max Clark. But McGonagle, you look at this guy, he's 21 years old, and he does not look like he's 21. He looks way more mature for his age. He's already got those Major League Baseball forearms are huge. He's got this compact build, and everybody talks about his bat-to-ball skills and how he's that advanced as a hitter. And the question is, can he field the position? Is he going to stay at shortstop? I think the Tigers have a real interesting situation in spring training here, and it's with Javi Baez. Javi feels great. He talked to reporters yesterday and says he feels great. Ever since he had that surgery a year and a half ago, he's felt better. And he starts the season last year, and it was kind of a lark. Hey, we need you to play center field. Okay, goes and plays center field because of injuries they had with Parker Meadows, slow to get out of spring training with the injury and all that. And he looked flawless in center field. And, oh, by the way, he was hitting. It wasn't hitting with a ton of power, but he was hitting and getting on base and all this and making a difference that you could see. Because Parker Meadows has been, inconsistent to be nice at the plate, there's no guarantee that he's going to make the team. Javi Baez is under contract for this year and next year at a decent amount of money, over $20 million. I think they would love for nothing more than to have Kevin McGonagle make this roster. And if he does, they got to play him every day. Otherwise, there's no point in having him up here. So if he's going to be the everyday shortstop, then what does that do to Javi Baez, who they're also paying? It's big for Javi to get off there and have a good spring. And it may come at the expense of Parker Meadows, and Zach McKinstry is another one who just seems to be a jack of all trades. But I think that the Baez part of the equation is a real interesting one.
So Baez currently is listed on the 40-man roster as an outfielder. Does that mean he's an outfielder? Probably not exclusively. There is a variable here that is wildly unpredictable that everybody deals with at one point or another, and that is injuries. And the infield is listed on the 40-man roster are Jace Young, Colt Keith, Hao-Yu Lee, Zach McKinstry, Trace Sweeney, Spencer Torkelson, and Gleyber Torres. Outside of Spencer Torkelson, if any of those other guys get hurt and get put on the DL, the 40-man roster replacement might be Kevin McGonagle. Now, that doesn't mean he comes up. You can be a 40-man roster player and playing at AAA. Yeah. But
there's like 16 of them.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to be on the 40-man roster to get called up. So he's a guy who is one sore hamstring away from any of those guys other than Torkelson of potentially being a 40-man roster guy. And, there's a lot. They haven't even played a game yet, okay? Let's be clear. He's going to get big league at bats.
Saturday.
Yep. I don't know if he's going to play Saturday. Bet he does. But they start playing games on Saturday. And it's something I think noteworthy that they may as well, my guess is what AJ's doing is, let's go through this camp like he's making the team. And then in the end, if he doesn't, that's fine too. But in case he proves himself that he's good enough or somebody gets hurt, let's have him prepared. I mean, there's no downside to saying, hey, we want you to prepare like you're coming north because we think you've got a chance. So everything we do with you is going to be preparing you to be on our roster on opening day. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. The whole skip AAA thing, I understand the hesitations about that.
Yeah.
And yet, there's a lot of promise here. And we talk about every once in a while, you have the rookie of the year. You go get the rookie of the year. The rookie of the year is yours. And if he's rookie of the year good, that would be really helpful for this team.
It would be. And, the advantage he's going to have this year is that he's starting spring training with the Tigers. So he's going to get at-bats against Major League pitching. And if they start him in games, then he's going to get 2 at-bats against Major League pitchers. And you can see what he's like against Major League pitching without having to go to AAA and then make that jump. And it'll have a big determining factor of whether or not he's going to be here. But the other thing, when you talk about the injuries, if they wanted to safeguard and say, look, maybe we'll wait for an injury to bring him up as opposed to him making the team out of spring training, is that on the injury front, would they be more inclined to promote someone like a Hao-Yu Lee or Max Anderson because they don't want to bring up Kevin McGonagle until Kevin McGonagle's ready to play for the rest of his life at the major league level? Because he's that high of a prospect. They don't want to do the yo-yo game with him.
There are players that you have on your roster that don't need to play every day. And Kevin McGonagle, there's no point in having him here as a non-everyday player, right?
Right. And I don't know if Hao-Yu Lee is looked at as a guy who's going to be an everyday major league player.
I've been building the case that he is. And the reason is everybody raves about him except us here in Detroit. I find it to be very odd because I feel like he's a forgotten prospect in the mix here.
He's young.
Yeah.
He's versatile in the infield. And I guess you want to see how well can you hit.
Anyway, something or nothing, I don't know. But as we are on the brink of opening spring training games, God, I'm fired up. Absolutely fired up.
Yeah, I'm getting there, man. I'm watching videos that come on Twitter of people posting. There was some this morning of Justin Verlander popping the mid of Dylan Dingler out there in the bullpen session. And oh, boy. Now, I haven't heard that yet about anybody. Haven't heard that. Like, Owen Best-Saber was like, now, Javi did say that he feels great, but he did not say the best he's ever felt. We had Will Birchfield say, look at Max Clark's calves, that they can rival mine, which is impressive. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard best shape of the life. But I did read that quote about seeing the Twitter post about Verlander hitting the glove of Dylan Dingler.
Oh, he's hitting the glove?
He's hitting the glove.
I hope that's the bare minimum.
Yeah, right? That is the bare minimum.
Hey, but when it comes to spring training overreactions,
that's there.
we blank and love them. I mean, we had a calf breakdown. We were talking about Max Clark's calves, and we meant it. So if you want spring training overreactions.
Jeff Seidel, Justin Verlander finishes a bullpen that lasted more than 25 minutes and was one of the most vocal I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm. Most vocal he's ever heard.
One of the most vocal he's ever heard.
Love it.
And another guy. Oh, here we go. The Detroit Times. Justin Verlander throwing gas.
There we
All
go.
caps.
Yep.
There it is.
Didn't take us long. Games haven't even started yet.
No. We're talking about a 43-year-old starting pitcher. Throwing gas.
No, dude. Some people think these are ridiculous, and those people are right, and we are still going to do it. It is Karsch and Anderson, 248-539-9797, 97.1.